Inspiring arts and culture on BBC World News.
Hello, I'm Christian Fraser. Welcome to the first edition of Context, a new show on the BBC News Channel and BBC World News. On tonight's programme, Novak Djokovic says he still wants to compete in the Australian Open after a judge frees him from detention. The 34-year-old said he practised on court in Melbourne within hours of leaving his detention hotel. His family is delighted by the news.
This is a huge win for Novak and for his family and the whole free world.
A newly leaked email shows a top aide to Boris Johnson invited Number 10 staff to a lockdown party at a time when social mixing was banned. And at high-level talks with the United States in Geneva, Russian officials say they have no intention of invading Ukraine. Tonight, with the context, our panellists Sonia Khan, former special advisor to Sajid Javid when he was Conservative Chancellor, and Amanda Renteria, top aide to Hillary Clinton in her 2016 presidential campaign. Hello, a new year, a new show. Welcome to the first edition of Context. At this hour each day, we'll be bringing you the best analysis on all the top stories with our panel of experts. They'll stay with us for the next hour to give us their insights and context on what's happening around the world. And we're going to start with Novak Djokovic, who has been released from an immigration detention facility in Melbourne. He was taken out of that hotel in this white people carrier, fans cheering his release after an Australian judge overturned the government's earlier decision to cancel his visa. But that is not the end of it. In the next few hours, the immigration minister will rule whether to deport Djokovic on the grounds he's not fully vaccinated. The world number one was soon practising on court last night and tweeting, seemingly determined, despite all the controversy, to compete in next week's Australian Open. At home in Belgrade, Novak Djokovic's family have been reacting to news of his release. His father said it was a bigger win than any of his Grand Slam victories.
The game that has been played over the past 5 or 6 days has been really incredibly difficult for him and his family. And he was not given any rights. He had no rights. They took away all his rights. His rights that he has as a human being.
Let's head out then to Sydney and we can speak to Tracy Holmes, who is a sports reporter for Australia's ABC News. Tracy, good to have you with us. So a decision is expected this morning. Any clues as to what might happen, and can the decision be appealed?
The decision can be appealed to answer that question, but it's a much higher bar that would have to be passed, because this comes down to the minister's responsibility and ability to be able to make a decision in the interest of the public of Australia and whether Novak Djokovic is a threat. And this comes down to, you know, the combination of biosecurity laws here, the COVID regulations, all of the things that people have been talking about in the past week or so. But it does come down to that individual decision that the minister has the authority to make. Now, he